Alex Pereira reveals his current weight ahead of UFC 313. Alex is currently 103 kilos, which is around 227 pounds.
Bom, vamos ver aqui quando tô pesando. Chegando aqui em Las Vegas, hoje, dia 2 de março, né? Que horas são agora, meu?
Agora são às 6 horas da tarde.
6 horas aí. Chama.
Leon Edwards is set to face Sean Brady at UFC London on March 2nd. He recently broke down the matchup on his YouTube channel and revealed that the UFC has labeled it a #1 contender fight. Originally, Leon was supposed to face Jack Della Molina, but now JDM is going to challenge Belal Muhammad for the welterweight title at UFC 315. Leon's focus is locked in on securing another title shot and getting a rematch against Belal Muhammad after losing to him by unanimous decision. His goal is to become a 2-time world champion. For more details, be sure to check out Leon's YouTube channel. The link is in the description.
I heard about my replacement fight probably like a couple weeks before. I was in talks with the UFC. I was trying to step in to fight Belal, but I knew that they sold London around me, so it was difficult to take me off the card and leave Jack on the card, and because it was weird to let Jack headline London, you know. So yeah, I got a new opponent, Sean Brady. It's a style that I'm used to, a style that I'm comfortable fighting. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. Should be good. Also, Jack getting replaced to fight for the title. I feel like that opened up the division more. You know, if it goes out and get the win, I think that's a perfect fight for me next. If Belal beats him, then like I said, the rematch is there for me as well. So I spoke to the UFC. They told me that after this win, this is the #1 contender fight. Whoever wins this, fight for the title. Well, when I win this, I fight for the title. You know, and that is my aim. My aim is to get back that 2-time world championship. And everyone knew the result of the fight with me and Belal. Everyone knew that were me. You know, that was fighting at home, 5 a.m. in the morning. There's a lot of things that went into it that played a part in the performance. You know, so I can't wait to get back in there and just set everything right. You know, and I think it all starts with Sean Brady.
Caio Borralho called out Robert Whittaker today. Whittaker is currently ranked 5th in the middleweight division, and Caio is ranked 6th. Recently, Rob said he was pushing for a fight with Sean Strickland next. Caio responded saying, "Hey Robert Whittaker, stop calling guys ahead of you in the rankings after you lose a fight, bro. Let's fight UFC 317 on June 29th on International Fight Week. What do you think? What do all you fans think?" Tim Welch recently responded to Dana White's hint that Merab Dvalishvili might defend his bantamweight title in a rematch against Sean O'Malley. Tim explained that Sean wasn't at his best in their first fight, which Merab won by unanimous decision. But Tim is confident the rematch will play out differently. He mentioned they've got a new game plan ready, one that he believes will lead O'Malley to victory this time around.
He said they want to fight each other, and I think that's what the people want to see. It's like, okay, if Merab fights anybody else...
Does that make the most sense?
If Merab fights anybody else, he's going to fucking hump him on the fence, and he's going to win. Sugar on. Everyone knows Sean wasn't fucking on that night. And partly it's my fault. Partly it's a little bit of the game plan that I had for him.
What's that?
Just because it's like, I don't want to give it away. I don't want to give it away because we're going to have a different game plan. It's going to be a different fight. It's going to be a fucking different fight. Just watch. The person who can take Merab out is Sean. And I can't wait for it. Huge fucking challenge. And it makes it that much sweeter. But after the Aljo moment, I'm like, I don't know if we're going to ever beat that moment. But this is an opportunity to have a sweeter moment than that moment.
That's
Robert Whittaker admits that he's actually happy that Dan Hooker withdrew from his fight against Justin Gaethje due to a broken hand. On the latest MM Arcade podcast, Whittaker joked that if the fight went ahead, one of them would have died. After rewatching Gaethje's first out with Rafael Fiziev, Whittaker says he's now even more excited to see their rematch at UFC 313.
Reckon on this one.
Well, firstly, I want to say I know, like I have such mixed feelings with Hooker out. Right?
Go on.
I am happy, ultimately though, because let's face it, Gaethje Hooker one of those two dudes was going to die. Like, and I'm a big fan of both guys, right? But like, one of those dudes wasn't leaving the octagon.
Neither of them were.
And it would have been amazing. Like, it would have been the best fight of the year, I reckon. Easily, I reckon.
Easy.
But I'm a big fan of Hooker. I'm a big fan of Gaethje, and like, I didn't want to see one of my favorite dudes die.
Yeah.
So now he's fighting Rafael Fiziev, is it?
That's right, Fiziev, yeah.
Bro, their first fight was a banger.
It's so good.
So good, dude. I watched it yesterday.
Same.
It was so violent because they fight so similar. And they were both just landing shots. You could hear the shots constantly. They sound like gunshots.
Yep.
Every time they would hit each other. I'm almost more excited for this fight. Like,
well, really? Okay.
Because I got no stock in the race now. Like, because I would have been going for Hooker as much as I love Gaethje, but I would have been going for Hooker.
Yeah.
Right, neighbors. But now that the horse is out of the race, I got Gaethje all day, and it makes me excited because everyone's going to get a good fight. Like, everyone, if you're a fan of the sport and you haven't seen their first fight, watch their first fight. It is so good.
By the way,
Alex Pereira had a message for Magomed Ankalaev and his manager Ali Abdelaziz last night. He wants to bet $200,000 on their upcoming fight this weekend at UFC 313. Alex wrote, "Since you are so confident you will win, $200,000 to the winner's charity of choice. Win or lose, this will help those in need. It's in your hands, Ali Abdelaziz." Magomed Ankalaev responded with a photo of him and Ali saying they will have an answer for Alex tomorrow. Alex then followed up with this video.
Março, em Las Vegas, a gente está apostando $200 mil para fazer uma doação para crianças carentes ou crianças do câncer, né? Onde muitas pessoas estão precisando dessa ajuda, né? Como o Ali e o Ankalaev, eles parece que têm 100% de certeza que eles vão ganhar de mim, então eu acho que eles vão aceitar esse desafio, né? Eu sou uma pessoa que sou pé no chão, consciente de tudo que eu falo, em todas as minhas entrevistas, com todo mundo que eu lutei, eu sempre vou na vontade de ganhar. Eu quero ganhar, mas não sei se eu vou ganhar, né? Então, mesmo assim, com esse pensamento, eu quero apostar $200 mil, né? E não importa, tem que vir do Ankalaev, né, do empresário dele. Se alguém quiser patrocinar esses $200 mil aí e colocar no nome deles para fazer essa aposta, para mim não tem problema. Os $200 mil é do meu bolso, eu estou ciente, né? Quero fazer isso. E assim, se eu vou ganhar, não sei, mas eu quero ganhar realmente. E olha só, eu posso perder, mas muitas pessoas que estão precisando vão ganhar, né? O pessoal do câncer, com certeza isso vai ajudar muito eles. Então vem aqui deixar esse desafio pro Ankalaev, pro Ali, o empresário dele, né? Fico com vocês aí, né? Na frente aqui dos fãs, tô aqui com a minha equipe, cheguei em Las Vegas, tá aqui, eu não volto atrás. Então assim, galera, vamos lá, vamos comentar, vamos marcar o empresário aí, o Ali, o Ankalaev, vamos ver se eles vão realmente aceitar esse desafio, porque 100% de certeza que vai ganhar de mim. Pô, tem que apostar, beleza, pessoal? E olha só, meu empresário já tá sabendo, né? Então tem um empresário aí, o Ali, os dois podem entrar em contato e tá fazendo um contrato, né, pra ficar tudo certinho. E vou deixar bem claro aqui também, ganhando ou perdendo, perdi, certo? Vamos fazer o negócio certo. O Ankalaev vai ver algo no país dele, né? Essa aqui é uma associação ou um hospital que realmente trabalha sério e está precisando. Eu vou lá direto depositando dinheiro na conta da empresa, né? Da associação, que seja. E mesma coisa pro meu lado. Se ele perde, ele vai fazer a doação, né, para uma instituição, esse é o nome, uma instituição, né, o pessoal do câncer, um hospital, que seja, né, então eu vou direcionar e ele vai depositar na conta dessas pessoas, dessa instituição. Beleza? Fica aqui meu desafio para vocês. Chama.
Magomed Ankalaev and Ali Abdelaziz ended up turning down Alex Pereira's proposal. He wrote, "As a Muslim, you know betting is forbidden in Islam. And also as a Muslim, every year I have to give 2.5% of my wealth to charity. This is one of the 5 pillars of Islam. Many kids around the world are in need and we can do things after the fight, but we don't have to publicize it." He followed up with, "Your manager and my manager have a good relationship and we can let them handle that. See you soon." Tom Aspinall gave an update on the potential fight with Jon Jones, confirming he's been in active talks with the UFC, who are eager to make the matchup happen. However, he mentioned that the negotiations are being delayed on Jon's side.
Where we're at right now is I have spoke to the UFC on multiple occasions about this fight. I'm chasing it up. I want the fight. I've been on record and said that I want the fight. I've been on the phone with the UFC saying that I want the fight. When's it happening? I want the fight more than anyone. What is holding it up right now is his side. That's the truth of it. The UFC really want the fight to happen. They've told me that. This is, as I said, this is one of the biggest fights that can be made in MMA right now. And everybody knows that. Everybody knows it. It's just, does he want to put himself in a position where he's comfortable enough financially to take the risk that he's taking to fight me? And that is where we're at. Like the UFC tell me.
6th ranked heavyweight Jailton Almeida called out Tom Aspinall. He reposted Tom's video on X and wrote, "If the fight against Jones doesn't work, let's go champ. Forget Gain, he ducked you before. He is ducking me now. Besides that, he already lost 2 times in title fights and his last win was a robbery. Let's make Aspinall versus Almeida for the undisputed title." Jon Jones is facing major backlash on social media after Tom Aspinall released that video. Fans are calling for Jon to be stripped of his heavyweight title. This user writes, "Jones is a fraud. He also ducked Ngannou." This user posted a picture of Jon's head photoshopped onto a duck. Juicebones Jones just waiting for the picograms to clear before he signs the contract. Jon is waiting to see if Pereira wins next week. That's all. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of over this shit now. It's about to 2 years of ducking at this point. Tom is just wasting his career. Strip Jones and make the next fight. They're wasting Tom's prime. And strip that bum. What do you guys think? Do you think Tom should just move on and fight somebody else? Or should he keep waiting? Post your takes in the comments.
And that's going to wrap it up for today's video. Subscribe and hit the bell icon to receive daily MMA updates from the Ghost G.